Hey guys, Welsknight here, and welcome back to another episode of Welsknight's Realm, and I have some very exciting news, and some bad news. The bad news is, I died. Between episodes, I have spent probably about 20 hours AFKing at the AFK fishing farm, and I've got 6 mending books. So, we're going to make use of those. The bad news is, while I was at the farm, a witch hit me with something through the window, and basically I lost everything except for my diamond chestplate. And these leggings, I think, as well. So, I had to remake all of my armor and tools and stuff like that, but it wasn't very hard to do because I had all the enchanted books from the AFK fishing farm. I'll show you the farm in a little bit. We're going to have to kind of revise it a little bit. But first, I really want to get mending on my stuff. So, let's grab our armor and things. I'm thinking what we're going to do is we're going to we'll put mending on some of our armor. Maybe not these leggings, because those leggings really aren't anything special. Maybe we'll leave it off of those. And I'll put it on our helm, our boots, and then some of our tools as well. So let's see here. This really doesn't need anything else, so we'll just drop mending on there. The boots here really don't need anything. In fact, pretty much, I think all of these can just basically go right onto a thing. Yeah, there we go. So those have mending. And those are amazingly good boots, actually. They have everything they need. I'll have one of every type of protection with this full set of armor. I think I am going to put knockback on this diamond sword. So we'll have Unbreaking 3, Sharpness 5, Looting 3, Knockback 2, and then Mending, which I think is pretty good. And then I've got 3 left. And I'm thinking maybe these 3 tools right here. Definitely the Silk Touch pick for sure. So we'll put mending on there. And I need more levels. I need more levels. It's okay. We're up here at the Enderman farm. This is why we're here, is because we have levels galore available to us up here. No problems. And our sword should be repairing here as well pretty easily. And having this farm is actually going to make it really easy to come repair our tools. Look at that. That's already repaired. And so's all this stuff, too. Yeah. Good stuff. And then I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue to AFK at the fishing farm, because obviously I want to have all of my stuff have mending. I also use the bows that you get to make this bow right here. Flame Infinity, Power 5, Unbreaking 3, Mending, and Punch 2. That is a super bow right there. That should probably be enough levels now for us to put mending on the stuff that still needs it. So let's see. Fortune pick definitely needs mending. And then I'm kind of deciding if I want to put it on the axe or if I want to put it on... I mean, those diamond leggings really aren't anything special. So maybe, and they do have Unbreaking 3 on them, so I think they'll last long enough. Why don't we go ahead and put it on our super awesome axe right here, which has Smite 5 on it, by the way. So my sword has Sharpness 5, and my axe has Smite 5, which I think is a pretty cool combination. I think that'll do some really cool stuff for us. And then I've got all these Ender Pearls that, like, way more than I know what to do with. Also grabbed a bunch of the other protection books, because I was like, oh, I'll put Protection 5 on this stuff, but I forgot that the enchants don't go up to Protection 5, because I am a true Minecraft professional. So, yeah, good stuff. But anyway, guys, I think I'm going to gather up this XP, and then I will head back to the desert village, and I'll meet you there in just a sec. Alright guys, I am back, and I just wanted to show you guys the loot, the crazy amount of loot that I got from all the AFK fishing that I've been doing. So, I've added a couple chests. They're really ugly, and they're horribly placed, and all that kind of stuff. But, we've got 2 full double chests of saddles. We've got a whole bunch of pufferfish. We've got a bunch of raw salmon, all the regular fish. is actually smelted up here. So we've got food for days, basically food forever. 2 double chests of bows, 2 double chests of fishing rod, random odds and ends, even more saddles, and most importantly, books. Tons and tons and tons of enchanted books. I've even got more of them hiding over here. And that is the big thing here that we're getting. It seems like I'm getting a mending book probably one every like 3 hours, I think is about right, give or take, somewhere in there. Essentially what I've been doing is when I go to work in the morning, I'll just set myself at I'll set myself up at the AFK fishing farm, and I'll come back, 10 hours later or whatever it is, and do my stuff for the night, and then I'll set it up again before I go to bed. And this has all been done over the course of maybe like 3 days or something like that. So I've got probably 20, maybe 30 hours of AFK fishing just from basically, while I was at work and while I've been sleeping. So definitely a worthwhile investment for that farm, because I mean, hey, 6 mending books. We only really need, what is it, like 2 more? We only need 1 for the leggings, and yeah, 1 for the leggings and 1 for the shovel. So 2 more mending books, and then I'll have mending on all of my gear. And then I'll need 1 more when we eventually get elytra again, because my last elytra were lost in the void due to an unfortunate glitch. But these things happen. So what I want to do in today's episode is I would like to kind of do a little bit with this area. Obviously, this whole chest system thing, really not an ideal solution. So I'm thinking what we'll do, also this thing, as you can see, I had to fill in all the windows and stuff like that because mobs were killing me, and that's never a good thing either. So I'm thinking what I want to do is I would like to kind of build maybe not a warehouse per se, because we got a warehouse over there, but maybe like a fishing thing. How do I explain it? Like a little fish market, I guess, would be kind of the way to explain it. So we'd have like a little, maybe a little warehouse, very, very small, pretty much just for fish and stuff. We'd have maybe like a dock that goes out here, some of that kind of stuff, just to kind of make this have a purpose. And then what I want to do is I want to revamp this design a little bit to make it mob safe. I thought it was mob safe, but I forgot to take into account witches and the fact that they can throw projectiles at you. Skeletons didn't really bother me at all. I think I had 1 spider that got through a window at one point, but my thorns on my armor killed him off. But a witch is what ultimately ended me, and I lost all my stuff, which made me really sad. But I think what we'll do is we'll kind of tweak this a little bit, and I think we'll just keep it real simple. So what we can do here is we'll keep our window design like this, but I think I'll just put glass panes in there. I mean, that means no mobs will be able to get through, but it should be mob safe. I also need to kind of fix this up a bit. Let's see. Right here? Yeah, right here. Okay, there we go. So we'll do maybe windows, what if we go 1, 2, let's see, 1, 1, 1, 1. Yeah, it's the wrong number. But I think glass panes will probably be the way to go. I think they look good, and I think they'll do the trick for us. So let me grab some sand. Let me just throw that into the... How much fish do I have left in here to cook up? A bit. I think I'm going to unprioritize the fish. And we'll let the sand go in, and then I'll just put the raw fish back so it'll cook up afterwards. I think that's probably a good plan. Let's grab some more fish. There we go. And we'll let that cook up. So in the meantime, let me go grab some sandstone and start figuring out what I want to do over here, and I'll come back to you in just a little bit. All right, guys, I am back, and I think I've changed my mind a little bit. I think what I want to do is I want to actually just use this space that we already have. So So we're going to put some sandstone stairs that lead down here. I'll probably end up pushing this auto smelter back a bit, or maybe even down another couple blocks, because as you can see, we've got some stuff up there. We can make those stair blocks, though, so that should work. And I think we'll just kind of work in this area, maybe, and just basically make the storage room part of this build. So it'll just be incorporated directly into the basement of the farm. And then, you know, because basically we just need a spot to store all of this kind of stuff. That's really all we need. I don't necessarily need a whole new building. I like the idea of a fish shack, you know, to store the actual fish themselves in. Because especially since it would kind of fit in with the lore of the village. But for all the other stuff like saddles and bows and junk like that, I really don't think we necessarily need a whole new building. So let's grab ourselves a bunch of sandstone and let's just see here what we can do as far as building this up. I also want this to look good, and that's going to be a little bit tricky given that we're basically building with sandstone, but I've got a few ideas for how we can kind of dress it up and make it more interesting and all that kind of good stuff. So we've got this section right here that leads down. This auto smelter is almost definitely going to have to go elsewhere, which is perfectly fine. It was never meant to be a permanent thing or location here anyway, so no big deal there. Let's just go ahead and grab this. Honestly, I think we can just go ahead and break it apart at this point. There's not really anything in it that I need right now. Let's put all this stuff in here, just temporarily. And we'll grab our raw fish and put that in with this. Let me get this thing torn up and put away, and I'll be back with you in just a minute. All right, guys, I am back. So basically, I have brought this down a bit more because I want to make sure that it is completely under the level where I'm going to be breaking ceiling blocks and having sand fall down. I don't want to have sand just like randomly dropping into my build. I don't think that'll be, that's just going to make things a lot more of a pain than they need to be. So I want to avoid that if possible. I'm also thinking that we're going to go ahead and open up this area here a bit. And I mean, this level up here, this is going to be our ceiling level right here. So it'll be 4 high, like so. And then we're going to want storage and lots of it. And then I'm thinking at the very end of, we'll have like a little hallway here, I think. So we'll have storage here, and then at the very end of the hallway, there'll be like an auto smelter. Or the other option would be for us to have maybe 2 auto smelters right here, like when you first get down to the, yeah, I think I like that idea better. We'd have 2 auto smelters here and here, because the village needs auto smelters anyway. So maybe what we'll do is, you know, basically make this kind of multi-purpose. So for smelting, I can have, you know, 2 things here, and then over this way will be our storage area. So I'm going to keep hollowing this out for a little while, guys. I'll come back to you in just a little bit. All right, guys, I am back, and I've got some major work done down here. We've got this all kind of laid out. This is what it's going to look like. So you'll come down the stairs, and there'll be an auto smelter here, and then we'll have 6 sections of chests, one for essentially every type of loot that can come out of the farm. So we'll have one for saddles, one for fish, one for enchanted books, one for bows, one for fishing rods, and then one for just kind of everything else. That's a lot of chests. Each one of these is 5 by 4, so 40 chests per, and then these 2 middle ones will be trap chests. So altogether, that's like 240 chests. That's a lot of chests. That's an insane number of chests and a lot of wood, but I've got them all crafted up and ready to go. So I'm going to go ahead and get these chests all put in, and I'll be back with you in just a second. All right, guys, I am back, and I've got all of the chests put in. I should probably mention this block, these blocks above this top row of chests, those are actually sandstone stairs, so that these chests will still open, which I think is a really good thing. So that's basically all of the storage and stuff. Now we just need to get the things moved in and then decorate the room a bit. So I'm thinking that we'll want to put the most important stuff towards the front, or maybe the most common stuff. I'm thinking the most important stuff towards the front. So we'll have, let's see, let's find a really junky book. Bane of Arthropods, that'll do. So towards the front, we'll have, I think, our saddles here and our enchanted book, our enchanted books there. These are going to be the chests that are going to fill up pretty quickly because these books and the saddles, obviously, they don't stack. So we're going to go through those really quick. And then we'll have our fishing rod, that'll work. That's kind of a junky fishing rod, and a bow down here as well, probably as the next ones. So we'll put, I guess, the bow here and the fishing rod there. And then last, we'll have our fish and our everything else. What do I want to use for everything else? Let's just use a lily pad. That'll work. There we go. And then I'll just go ahead and I'll get this stuff all moved in. I'll probably do, I'm going to do that off camera, obviously. But let me get this stuff moved in. Let me grab some materials to kind of decorate the room with and make it look a bit more interesting. And then I'll come back to you in just a second. All right, guys, I am back. So I've got everything all moved down. I've got the whole place all fixed up and cleaned and ready to go. And there's a whole bunch of chests just kind of chilling up on the roof, I just noticed. Hello, chests. I need you. 19 of them. Wow, that's a lot of chests. Good thing I noticed that. That would have been a lot of wasted wood. Anyway, so everything should be pretty much good to go. We do, however, need to do something to kind of make this room look a bit better than it does. Because right now, it looks kind of bad, let's be honest. It's not a great looking room. So I'm thinking the first thing we could do is just take some orange stained clay and just kind of mix it into the walls like this, right? Especially since that also kind of matches the theme from up above for the rest of the building, and for that matter, kind of for the rest of the desert village too. So we'll maybe do something along those lines, and then I'll grab these torches, and we'll just put those back. Oop. Come here, you. There we go. So we'll get something going like that, and I think that's a pretty good start. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Got to make sure this area is lit up, of course. We don't want nasty things spawning in here, but there we go. Okay, so that already looks somewhat better. Let's see. Now, I think the next thing... Tell me I have a crafting table. Okay, good, I do. Let's just put that right here. I think the next thing would be maybe something like this. Maybe we take some chiseled sandstone and we put that on the top and the bottom of each of those pillars. Like this. Yeah, that's not a bad look. Just kind of do a little bit of this kind of stuff right here. This crafting table and this ender chest are not going to be here permanently. Those are only going to be there for a little while. Do maybe something like that. Let's just do all of these at once. It's probably easier to do it this way. There we go. And we'll go like that and like that. Come here, sandstone. Mm-hmm. Looks good. Looks good. Okay, so we've got that going. Now, this is kind of what I decided to do for the auto smelter. I think it's a pretty simple design, but it looks all right. It looks pretty good, especially once we get these chests and crafting benches and things like that out of the way. I'm also thinking that up here, maybe like, ooh, and let's make some sandstone stairs. Maybe what we could do is right here, do something like that. Oh, and then like this. How does that look? Ooh, that idea. No, not really a fan. Just because of the sandstone stairs there. But this could work. Maybe something real simple up here, just to kind of add a little bit of depth to this area, to this ceiling area right here. Just something like that. Yeah, that already looks better, at least somewhat. So we'll do something like, something like that. And then we'll do the same over here. That way we don't have a completely flat ceiling. Flat ceiling's not really interesting. Let's be completely honest with each other here. There we go. So that already looks a bit better. Yeah, not bad, not bad. And then maybe back here, we can maybe bring this back one, just so we can kind of work with it. And maybe we'll put sandstone here, and up there, and down here, like this. And then maybe what we'll do is something like that. Just kind of some sort of like checkered pattern. And do, maybe something like that. What do we think? I don't really like that. We could, however, maybe grab some slabs and do something like this. How does that look? Don't really care for that either. Maybe what we need to do is just make this whole thing. Yeah, I think that's probably better. And then we'll go like this. And maybe add some slabs. On top like that. No, that looks bad. That looks really bad. Maybe we'll do like a little... Maybe we'll do something like this. That's not working. Come on. Go where I want you to go. There we go. Maybe do something like that. Yeah, there we go. That's better. That's a lot more interesting. I think that'll do. Okay. Now, the floor in here could also use a little bit of love, so maybe we keep it real simple. One more. Ghost blocks. I hate them. I hate them so much. There we go. Maybe we keep this real simple as well, and we just go like this. And this should be something you can walk on without any sort of like... Ooh, or better yet. Better yet. I like this idea better. You're gonna have to go. And you're gonna have to go. But what if we were to do something like this instead? There we go. Or... I think I would prefer it like this. Now that I'm kind of looking at it, I think I'd prefer the stairs facing this way. So we would do something like that, and then this would still be sandstone. So same building materials, just basically gives us a little bit of additional interest in the floor to make it look a bit better. And obviously these little blocks that are hiding back here will have to go. Maybe we break this up? Like that? How does that look? I don't know. I'm not really liking that either, honestly. I thought I would like it, but the more that I'm looking at this, the less I like it. I don't know. There's also the option of just doing some sort of like texture variation in the floor. Instead of the sandstone, maybe we use like a combination of sand, sandstone, and birch, or something along those lines. So why don't we kind of try that out a bit? I'm just going to randomly kind of break some blocks. Just, you know, wherever I can, stuff like that. And let's grab some regular sand and just kind of mix that into this floor. Just so it's, basically the idea here is just to make it so it's not all one big texture. And then maybe we'll go and, you know, do kind of the same thing. You go back. Maybe we do kind of the same thing here with some birch planks as well. I'm just trying to, you know, there's no real pattern here or anything like that. You guys have seen me randomize floors before. But maybe we mix in just a little bit of birch into this as well. Like so. Oh, it's not a full block, so we won't get our blocks back. I just realized that. Whatever. It's fine. There's plenty of sandstone to go around. I'm in a desert, for Pete's sake. There we go. All right, so that looks a bit better. I think we need a little bit of birch right here. There we go. And then this'll be the auto smelter, so it doesn't really matter what's over there. And then last but not least, we can maybe mix in a little bit of the sandstone texture as well. Just a tiny bit. By taking some sandstone stairs and doing something like this. Yeah, that should be good. There. And that's not a bad looking floor, actually. Like, that looks pretty okay. And that's a lot more interesting than what we did have. So there we go. I think that's pretty good. Now, there is one more thing that I have to do before we call this episode quits. So I'm going to head back to the Rustic Village, guys, and I will meet you there in just a second. All right, guys, I am back. And last but not least, we need to add 2 new members to the Hall of Patrons. So first and foremost, we have John Drennan. There we go. And then we also have Mazatech06. So there we go. 2 new members of the Hall of Patrons. Guys, thank you so much. It really does help. And I really, truly appreciate it. But guys, I think that is going to do it for this episode. So if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave me a comment. I do appreciate it. And it really helps out my channel. You can also find me on Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. There are links in the video description below, so check that out as well. Otherwise, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll definitely see you next time.